A coroner is often the first to notify families of the worst news they'll probably ever receive, the death of a loved one. But before he or she can contact anyone, they have to know who the deceased person is. Our Shawanda Jones spoke with an expert on what that process entails, and she joins us live in the studio with more. Shawanda.
Lowndes County Coroner Greg Merchant is still trying to contact family from a fatal DUI incident this past weekend. He says the process of contacting relatives can be challenging if the victim didn't leave many clues to follow when they were alive.
That's the worst thing in the world, is to knock on somebody's door at 2 o'clock in the morning and tell them somebody's not coming home.
Greg Merchant has over 20 years of experience notifying family members about the death of a loved one. And as challenging as that responsibility can be, it's made even more difficult if the body can't be identified. In some situations where a body is found without identification, tattoos and dental records are the only means of learning who that victim was.
People sometimes have very unique tattoos. The location of a tattoo, a date, either a birth of a child, a death of a parent, a death of a grandparent. There's some identifying mark there.
Well, everybody's got a cell phone, right? Not everyone, and even when there is one, most times it's locked.
The iPhone, our cell phone now, is our sole piece of everything. People use that for their identification and so forth. They lock those things with a passcode that we can't access, which creates a difficult situation.
So what happens if the body can't be identified? State law gives paupers or unclaimed bodies the right to a decent burial.
What the Board of Supervisors has accepted is someone that is indigent, has no family, no money, no place to live, no home, no automobile or anything.
In those cases, in Lowndes County, the body is usually cremated. Merchant urges people to always carry some form of identification on them in case it's ever needed.
So the smallest bit of information sometimes can be huge.
If you have an iPhone, then you have the option to set up your medical ID. In an emergency, first responders can look at your medical ID for your personal information as well as your chosen emergency contacts.